Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is advice to the Muslim sisters. Whether you grow up in a council estate, or you're growing up in an affluent family, financially secure family. Unfortunately this, and I'm speaking as a convert revert, unfortunately this Western secular capitalistic world, there's a war against the woman. And this war comes from social media, the TV, the adverts in the street or the streets, and it has no mercy on anyone. And you'll see from the very ages in primary school that this is affecting women. And alhamdulillah, you've been blessed with Islam, so you have a massive protection and shield against this. But sometimes, due to our lack of knowledge, these doubts and these inferiority complex, they come through because the power of the media is so strong. So let me give you an example of how to defend yourself against this sexual attack on the human being who is a female. If you look at school, you'll see that sex is so prevalent in our society that even young girls in school, none of them just wear normal clothing. When you go to school as a young girl, you should just begin to learn and educate yourself and learn English and maths and science and geography and so forth. But you'll find most girls are going to school, pull up their and we're talking about that 11, 12 years, 13 years old, they pull up their skirt as high as possible. Why? Who taught a girl that when you go to school, you're supposed to wear your skirt as high as possible, just at the top of your thighs? You're supposed to learn and read and write. The reason why they do this is the society has told you that your purpose in life, even at primary school, is nothing but to look sexy. England is a cold country, 90% of the time it's freezing cold. Guys are wearing their hoodies, guys are wearing their big jackets on top of their hoodies and stuff like that. Wearing full whatever trousers and stuff. It's cold most of the time in this country. Yeah? But even when it's freezing cold outside, you'll see schoolgirls walking around in skirts that they intentionally pull up as high as possible. Why? Because they're told, if you don't walk down the street, yeah, and this is the private school, secondary school, college and uni, if you don't walk down the street and you don't turn men's heads, you're not worth nothing. If you're not beautiful, if you're not beautiful, you're not worth anything. If your body ain't perfect, you're not worth anything. If your face ain't filled with makeup, looking glamorous, you ain't worth anything. And that's what I'm gonna say to you, you're a human being before you're a female. Yes? And you're special. Whether you believe in God or not, God created you. This world is not an accident. The sun is not an accident. The moon is not an accident. Wintertime and summertime are not accidents. If a BMW or a Porsche can't come about by chance, or a Ferrari, how can summertime, wintertime, photosynthesis and evaporation when they're more complex? It's impossible. This world is not a fluke. So Allah chose you. God made you. Even twins, yes, are unique. So you got to understand, whether your father hasn't told you, your mother hasn't told you, you're special, and you need to know that there's only one of you. Like I said, twins, they look the same, but even twins have different fingertips, so they're unique. There's only one of you, and God intentionally made you how you are. So whether the TV says you should be light, or whether the TV says you should be dark, or whether the TV says you should be slim, or whether it says you should be fat or whatever, that's irrelevant to you. Because you should know that He created you, and He created you perfectly. So what I want to say to you, the reason why I'm saying to you, especially Muslim girls, but non-Muslim girls as well, is that you know as a human being, yes, that you are worth something. Yes? You are priceless, and that you have a purpose. And you've got to stop taking these role models, whether it be Kim Kardashian, whether it be Beyonce, whether it be Cardi B, whether it be, who's the new one? I don't even know. Cardi B, and Nicki Minaj and all these things. You have to stop taking these as role models, because even though you love these women so much, yeah, they're going to end up being an enemy to you. Wallahi, look at the situation we have now in London, yes? And I'm sure it's the same in America and all of the Western world. Men are to blame for sleeping with this girl and getting her pregnant and then running away and abandoning them. They shouldn't call them single mothers, they should call them abandoned mothers, because 9 out of 10 mothers, yeah, are abandoned. Yes, in this society, 9 out of 10 mothers, they're abandoned. It's the norm for us to grow up with the father running away. Yes? Now I want to ask you this question. Why is this? Why is there a case that men are breeding up all these women and just running away. Now half of the portion, yeah, is to blame on the men because they're not taking responsibility. Yes, in the Quran and the Sunnah, it tells men to lower their gaze. Yeah, they're not allowed to be alone to women. They're not allowed to touch women. They're not allowed to have girlfriends. They're not allowed to go clubbing and raving and have one-night stands. In Islam, it talks about this. Yes. And men are responsible. Non-Muslim men, they should be sleeping with this woman here and this, that and the other and so forth and just leaving them. Yes, I mentioned this in another video and I'll do a specific video on this as well. You know, men treat their keys, their phones, their wallets and their cash cards more important than the babies they abandoned. If you left your phone somewhere, if you left your car key somewhere, if you left your credit card or your wallet somewhere, you go back and check for it. How is it there are men, yeah, having kids, 4 kids, 3 kids all over the earth, yeah? And they're not going to check on them. The kid reaches 5, they don't give a damn about it. The kid reaches 10, they don't get. The kid reaches 20, and they haven't thought about it once in their life. Some men are responsible for this, and the blame shouldn't be on them. But you know why a lot of this is happening? Men are not just creating evil and just sexual fiends that they just want to go and sleep around every girl. But the worst society has done to you is told you as a woman, yes, that you are nothing but a sex object. So what's happening then that everywhere you go, women have been programmed, yeah, that you're your object. And when you look at a woman when she dresses and the way she dresses in the West, it's not for a personal compliment. When women decide how they get dressed and they look at themselves in the mirror in the morning, they don't decide what is the most comfortable for me or what is the best clothing for myself. No, in this society, when women dress, they dress to look the most sexiest. I swear by the Lord of the Kaaba, the reason why women wear high heels, are high heels comfortable for women? No. When you go Leicester Square End, we used to talk about Islam in the West End. You'll see women coming out of the club in West End where people pee all over the floor because they've been drinking so much now. You'll find so many women, as soon as they come out of the nightclub, they take their high heels off and walk on this floor that's filled with urine, cigarette, vomit and so forth. Why? Because their shoes are hurting them so much. So high heels, women wear them. Why? Because it makes them look taller. When they walk around, they go click, 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 click. It's like, I'm here, everybody. Look at me. Look, I want to stand out. When they wear stretched jeans, when you go, whether it be college, whether it be uni, whether it be the workplace, and this, that, and the other, women don't wear jeans or trousers that are comfortable for them and loose and baggy and let the air circulate and are comfortable. They wear the tight, they buy jeans 3 or 2 sizes too short for them. Why? Because it enhances their body features. So when they walk down the street, this man can look at, like, she turns men's heads. Ask yourself, as a human being, when you get dressed in the morning, when you're putting your clothes on, do you dress for men or do you dress for your own comfort, or do you dress to be sexy? And you know the high heels are to get man's attention. The stretched jeans are to get men's attention. The Wonder Bra and all this stuff, the injection in the lips, the injection in the bum, all this stuff. It's not for yourself, it's for men. And people say we live in a free world, the first world, we're educated, this, that and the other and so forth. But if you look, the vast majority of women, if you look at the vast majority of women will not leave home without makeup. Why? Because society is brainwashed them that if you leave the house without makeup, you look ugly, you look busted, you look pathetic. The vast majority, if you look at the streets of London, you come out your house and this, that, the vast majority of women are wearing makeup. There's very few women that got the confidence to come out as they are, as God created them, as the supreme being created them. Why? Because society says them, you're nothing unless you have these big lips, you're nothing unless your bum is sticking out, you're nothing unless you have this tiny waist, you're nothing unless you've got high heels and stretched jeans that amplify your body. And the vast majority of women believe this. And that's why the Creator, He knew men's mind and He blessed women with the hijab, the jibab, the kimar. Why? Because even if man has a diseased heart and he's diseased in his heart and he wants to check out this woman's bum and that woman's bum and this woman's chest and this woman's this, the Creator knew that men were going to be like this and He gave them a defense. The hijab, a hijabi woman could walk down the street and say, listen, I'm priceless, I'm worth something. I'm more valuable than gold, I'm more valuable than diamonds. I proudly can say, no man has seen my private parts apart from my husband. No man has seen my thighs, no man has seen my chest, because I know my worth. When you go for a job and an interview, they tell you how much they will pay you. If you think you're worth it, you work for it. If not, you won't work for it. But a Muslim woman says, I wear this hijab, I wear this, whether you want to call it burqa, I wear this niqab because I am priceless, and every Tom, Dick and Harry doesn't have the right to look at the parts of my body. This world will make you into a contradiction. There'd be many women, if they had private pictures of themselves on Facebook or Snapchat or whatever, and they were going off a boy, and it showed them in their underwear, yeah? And he had an argument with her, and he split up with her, and he shared it in public. They would be angry, they would be upset, they would be frustrated that he took pictures of them on their underwear and then they shared it to everyone. But then that same woman will go on a public beach, yeah, in something just like her underwear, yeah, and walk around. Men she don't know, you know what I'm saying? Women she don't know, perverts she don't know. But you will never, what was modest for a Muslim woman 1400 years ago is modest today. And I'm going to end with this. We have something in Islam called Tawheed. Tawheed means to single God single God out alone for worship. So there's many religions in this world: Sikhism, Hinduism, Christianity, so forth. And they do tell you to do good, help the poor like Islam, give charity like Islam, help the homeless like the poor. Help the elderly like Islam. Help people in less situations than yourself. There's many religions that say this like Islam. But the difference between Islam and all these other religions is when you analyze and look into it, even though they tell you to do these good things like Islam, when you analyze and research what they worship a man, or they worship a woman, or they worship a statue, or they worship an animal. Only Islam says God is God and the creation are the creation. And the creation don't become God and God doesn't become the creation. Or if they don't do that, they give God human thoughts like getting hungry, getting thirsty, being overpowered by man, forgetting. All of these are human thoughts, and we don't believe you can apply this to the Creator. The Creator is perfect. So now, how does this affect women? You'll find that women, yeah, black or white, yeah, white or black, that the Creator has created them perfect. But because of society, they hate how, they dislike, and they're unsatisfied with how the Creator made them. So you'll find, for example, you'll find black women, they believe, because of what society tells them, some of them, not all of them, but the vast majority will believe that their hair is wrong because society says, oh, you got afro, or your lips are too big, or your bum is too big, or that your skin is too dark. And then they will try and bleach themselves. Look at Jamaica, you'll find people bleaching themselves, trying to become lighter. You know what I'm saying? You'll find them having complex about their lips. You'll find them having complex about their shape. I'm too big. I'm too thick. This, that, and the other. And you also have the same with white women. You'll have that white women that the Creator created them perfect, but then they're trying to get a tan because they don't believe that they believe they look too pasty or too white. Yeah. Or they get lip injections or bum injections stuff to look different. So my message to young Muslim girls and this, that, and the other, and so forth, whether it's in school, yeah, whether it's in college or uni and so forth, do not give it to this peer pressure. You are a human being. As we know, many of the wives of the prophets and many of the female companions, they were scholars in Islam. If I name you the most famous women from the Islamic culture, Khadija, the Prophet's first wife, she was a businesswoman. Aisha, she was a scholar. You know, Fatima, she was another scholar. Yes? When you ask any if you go on the street and tell me the most famous women from secular or capitalist society, ask them, name me 3 women. I can guarantee you the women they tell you, Kim Kardashian, Beyonce, and who else? I don't know who they're gonna say, Katie Price or someone. None of these women are known for their intellect. None of them are scholars, PhD or so forth. Because in this society, what they've done with women, they said that your only relevance is to look sexy. And if you don't have big chest, if you don't stand up and walk down the street and turn this man's head and turn that man's head, and you don't have this perfect body and stuff, you are worth nothing. So we say to you, as one human being to another, you're not a sexual object, yes? You're not some catwalk for unknown perverts and so forth. You are special and Allah created you special, and you don't need to change yourself, yeah, to fit in with the social media and so forth. And I'll end with saying this society has viewed men to look at you as a sexual object, and women has taken on this view as a sexual object. So if it ain't just 24/7, all you present yourself to society as chest and big bum and skin tight jeans and cleavage and this, that and the other, people, men, the ones with diseases in their heart are going to stop looking at you as a human being. And that's why they can just sleep with this girl and then dump her and go with another girl. Because they no longer see you as a human being. And yes, they're evil for doing that, and they're responsible for doing it. And we believe as Muslims on Yom Qiyamah, Day of Judgment, every ounce weight of good you did, you're going to be held accountable. And every ounce weight of bad you did, you're going to be held accountable. But while you're on this earth now, yes, you have to stop following this media, because if men are following this society, they're going to see you only as a sexual object, and it's going to be easy for them, yes, to just view as a sexual object. If every woman they come interact with or they have relationships, it's just a pair of chest, breast, it's just a bum on legs, it's just, what is it, a tiny waist. So all I would say to you is take care of yourself, Muslim girls and sisters. Like I said, look at your mothers, look at your aunties. 30-year marriage, 40-year marriage, 50-year marriage. There was no Instagram, there was no Facebook, there was no Snapchat. They didn't have to wear stretched jeans to get this 30-year marriage. They didn't have to put no lipstick on. They didn't have to do no poses on Facebook in some tight skirt, calling it hijab and some little scarf on their head to get their 30, 40, 50-year marriage. Most of your parents, they got married and then they lived their life married until one of them died and then the other one died. This is how they did, and they're coming from places like Somalia, coming from places like Egypt, coming from places like Pakistan, coming from places like Africa. To get these marriages, they didn't need no Snapchat, they didn't need no Facebook or Instagram or this, that and the other and so forth. And they had these long marriages. I tell you, all these Muslim girls that are stripping off their clothes, taking pictures in hot pants and pull-up bras and tight skirts and all this stuff and that. I can guarantee you had a boyfriend. How long did it last? 6 months, 2 months, 3 weeks. Why? Because the reason why he inboxed you in the first reason, because he saw you as a sex object. So live by the miniskirt, die by the miniskirt. Or get your heart broken by the miniskirt. Live by the stretched jeans, get your heart broken by the stretched jeans. Because you have to ask yourself, why did he inbox me? Yes? And ask me to become his girlfriend or his wife or did that. It's not because of your deen. It's not because of your memorization. It's not because of your knowledge of Quran and Sunnah. Yeah, you look hot. And you caught a man that looks out for hot chicks. And he got what he wanted off you through a few sexual engagements and he moved on. So at the end of the day, thank you for watching. And I end my message here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.